Welcome back, Buffs fans. I'm Taylor Sadusky, and alongside me we have Colin Brown Bailey for his debut as an anchor on BuffSports Live. How are you feeling? Are you excited to start off the show?
I am stoked. I've got the horses in the back, my horse tack is attached, and my hat is matte black.
Oh, that's perfect then. Let's calm down there, Billy Ray Cyrus. Let's get you lassoed back into what we were even here for in the first place, which is sports.
The women's lacrosse team made a statement last Friday night, knocking off the 14th-ranked USC Trojans in LA. The Buffs got off to a quick start, leading 6-2 at halftime before the Trojans stormed back in the second half. The Trojans cut Colorado's lead down to 1 with 3:31 to go, but held on for a 9-8 win. The win put an end to USC's bid for a perfect league record. It was their first Pac-12 loss and second overall loss this year. CU is still undefeated on the road, and Samantha Nemirov extended her school record point scoring streak to 31 games with 2 goals.
On Sunday, the Buffs continued their road trip against the struggling Arizona State Sun Devils. Colorado got off to a slow start heading into halftime tied at 4. From then on, it was Miranda Stinson's show as the senior attacker found the goal 6 times en route to a 13-7 win. Samantha Nemirov scored a pair of goals as well and extended their school record point streak to 32 games. CU is now 5-0 on the road and leads the series against the Sun Devils 4-0.
Back-to-back conference wins means Colorado will keep moving up in the national polls. They're up to 22nd in the country after that upset against 14th-ranked USC last weekend, and their record went up to 7-5 on the season, with all 5 losses here at home. They have another chance to move up in the polls with number 18 Stanford in town today, hopefully improving their record here at home.
That's right, Colin. The Colorado women's lacrosse team is playing 18th ranked Stanford right now at Kidd Field as we speak in the game that just got started at 4 p.m.
Even though Colorado is undefeated on the road, they've had some trouble here at home. They'll need to step up if they're going to beat the Cardinal. But Stanford is 9-4 overall and 4-3 in the Pac-12.
Stanford at this moment leads Colorado.
Moving from women's to men's lacrosse, Colorado played Brigham Young, or BYU, on Thursday in Utah. The Buffs squeaked out a win, beating the Cougars 12-11. Tyler Bogert led Colorado with 3 goals. Ryan Russell, Curtis Zapala, and Christian Snodgrass each added 2 goals. The Buffs are staying in Utah to play Utah Valley University tomorrow before they put a wrap on their season in Fort Collins next weekend.
That is right. And for the football team, they had their first scrimmage today. Colorado ran 92 plays in a total, with finished second team players getting lots of time on the field. Steven Montez was 11 for 19 with 148 yards and 2 touchdowns, including 62-yard Hail Mary pass to Jaylon Jackson, who got down the field pretty quickly. Montez also completed more than 3 passes to 5 different receivers. On the defensive side, 2 players had 2 sacks each. That was Terrence Lang and Jacob Collier, and Trey Ufonda recorded a sack as a safety. Overall, Coach Tucker was happy with what they saw on the field, but said that there was no question that there's more work to be done. Tucker also was happy with the quarterback, Steven Montez, saying, quote, "I love the way he spins it." Put away your encyclopedias, your computers, and hang up the phone with your caddy. It is time for our trivia question.
This week we've been watching the Masters, and we are in a golfing mindset.
We ask you, how many times has CU won a men's golf conference championship?
That's a good question, Taylor. What do you think the par is?
I can't even begin to tell you. I'm going to guess 2, 3, not an easy question for sure. What an exciting time for spring sports. We have golf, tennis, lacrosse, track and field. They're all winding down now, though.
Yeah, but it's not as exciting as what we've got coming up in the show.
That is right. When we come back, find out who's heading down to the Old Town Road to Tennessee. And no, it's not Billy Ray Cyrus.
Plus, find out why Joe Klecker is making the news again. Boy, that guy's a machine.
I tell ya, that's crazy.
On Tuesday, with Tad Boyle out of town, it was quietly announced that basketball assistant coach Kim English would be leaving Colorado. English is leaving CU to accept the same position with the Tennessee Volunteers. The former Detroit Piston will join one of the best programs in the entire country while getting the opportunity to work under legendary head coach Rick Barnes. English's unique ability to interact with the players and his high basketball IQ will be missed by Colorado. During Media Day last year, Tad Boyle discussed Coach English's impact.
Coach, the nice thing about having Coach English on staff is he's one guy that's young enough and in shape. He can jump in there. He can demonstrate. He can move a little. I've put him in some difficult situations already with some injuries, but he can't necessarily practice with us. But you know, he's got a feel for the game. Obviously, he just got done playing the game not too long ago. He's in good shape. He's young. Coach English brings a lot to our staff, not just, again, I think so much is made of coaches now, you know.
At just 30 years old, English was by far the youngest coach on the staff for Colorado, with the rest of the coaches more than 2 decades older than the rest of the players. His departure came as kind of somewhat of a surprise, but Tad Boyle did say it was family related. The English family is expecting their second child, and Tennessee would be closer to his wife's family. This would be the 3rd stop of English's coaching career. We wish Coach Kim the best of his luck with his future coaching endeavors and the growth of his young family. Jack Stern, Buff Sports Live.
The track and field team hosted the Colorado Invitational here at CU last weekend. Once again, Joe Klecker impressed with a nation-leading time for the 1,500-meter race. Running a 3:45.11 in another week means a new personal best for Dwayne McLurkin Jr., who won the 400-meter with a time of 46 seconds even. The Colorado women's dominated the hurdles, taking the first 4 spots in the tournament. The Buffaloes head to Fort Collins tomorrow for the Ram Quadrangular, whatever that means.
Taylor told you about Joe Klecker's tournament leading time last weekend at Colorado Invitational. That honor led him to be named the Pac-12 Track Athlete of the Week. This is the 9th time a CU runner has been named the Athlete of the Week, and the first time a Colorado player has won it in the 1500. Congratulations to Klecker.
The women's tennis team fell from number 11 ranking USC Trojans in Los Angeles last Friday 4-0. The team started strong with an opening set win, number 3 double matches, but they were quickly defeated in the point moving into the single play. The team could not make up the 1-point gap for the win. They lost all but one opening set single. Megan Forrester was the only set winner, defeating Becca Weissman in the number 4 match. It was too late to catch up though, as USC clinched the win before set could begin.
The women's tennis team was swept again on Saturday when they played number 8 ranked UCLA. Monica Malinin took the first number 2 singles set win against A.N. Broomfield, but the match was lost before the second set could even begin. UCLA started the doubles play strong with its 2 doubles pairs ranked in the top 12 in the nation. The team returns home today to play the University of California and will host Stanford on Sunday, their senior night. You know what? I think Old Town Road really deserves an award. What do you think?
I'm sure you do, Colin. But anyway, like I said, let's get back to business, because after the break, we have more on track and field and a Buff banter with Connor Bonfilio.
I'm Connor Bonfilio. We love to praise Colorado athletes for their play, but on Thursday, the university honored them for their efforts in the classroom. 27 Buffs were honored for earning a 4.0 grade point average at the 27th Annual Student Athlete Academic Recognition Banquet. 2 Buffs received the Clancy A. Herbst Jr. Award, given to athletes who overcome personal, academic, or emotional challenges. The honorees were junior skier Isabel Fageland and senior football player Lyle Tuiloma. Fageland was seriously injured her freshman year. She was riding her bike when she was hit by a car. Fageland rebounded to ski in 2 NCAA championships. Lyle Tuiloma had a rough childhood growing up in Hawaii. When he got to CU, he struggled academically and wanted to leave the school. But he turned things around, posting a 3.4 grade point average last fall. After all of that, Tuiloma will graduate this May with a degree in ethnic studies. 4 students were presented with the Morgan Family Buff Club Scholar Athlete Award, honoring those who earn highest cumulative GPAs in their classes. Libby Garrity, a sophomore soccer player majoring in I-Fi and pre-med, earned a perfect 4.0. Caleb Penner, a junior track and field member majoring in engineering physics and applied math, earned a 3.98. Bree Schwartz, a senior cross-country and track member majoring in StratCom and public relations, earned a 3.95. And finally, Max Luco, a senior skier majoring in finance, earned a 3.7. In 2018, there were 27 student athletes who earned perfect GPAs, breaking the previous record of 26 set in 2017. It also marked the 6th straight year with at least 21 athletes earning 4.0s. They're definitely smarter than me, that's for sure. For Buff Banter, I'm Connor Monfilio. Back to you.
Thanks, Connor. Let's look more closely at the academic performances for the ski team. On Wednesday, 10 Buffaloes were named to the United States Ski Coaches Association All-Academic Ski Team. To qualify, athletes must have a 3.5 GPA and have skied in the NCAA Western Regional. Seniors Nora Christensen and Max Luco landed on the team for the 4th year, dominating for the course and in the classroom over 3 entire careers. CU has now represented at least 10 skiers for the 7th straight season.
The volleyball team has added 3 players to their 2019 recruiting class. They've added 2 defensive specialists, Katie Lugay from Encinitas, California, and Savannah Perry from Ames, Iowa. And the 3rd player is an outside hitter, Kelly Lavaghi from Portola Valley, California. Coach Mahomey praised their play, but also their personality, saying they'd be great representatives of Colorado volleyball for years to come.
Assistant head volleyball coach Evan Sanders was awarded the AVCA 2019 30 Under 30 award this past week. The award was created in 2009 to help honor coaches who were up and coming within the AVCA. Coach Jesse Mahoney says that Sanders was passionate and deserving as one of the top assistant coaches in the nation. Sanders spent 2017 helping CU return to the NCAA tournament and land a spot in the Sweet 16 for the first time in 20 years. Her ability to relate and encourage the players shows a huge potential for Coach Sanders.
The women's soccer team won a tight game against the Air Force Academy on Sunday at Prentup Field. CU was strong offensively from the start, with a total of 10 shots on goal, while Air Force was forced to play a defensive game. The game went into overtime scoreless after the first 90 minutes, but CU was able to score in overtime with a 1-0 win. CU women's soccer will play against Brigham Young on Saturday in Provo, Utah.
Wow, I can't get that song out of my head now, Colin.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
We're gonna let Colin have his moment right now, but do not go anywhere because after the break we're going to have our trivia question and
rapid fire with Jess Sandvik.
Don't text and drive. It can wait. Hi there, I'm Jess Samvik and we're back with your favorite segment of the show. This is Rapid Fire. I've got all you need to know for this weekend in CU sports. After wrapping up the 2019 Invitational at Potts Field, the CU track team is back at it again this weekend for the Colorado Ram Quadrangular. They're competing in Fort Collins, so head on over. If you really want to go to Fort Collins, I hear it's pretty bad. Moving on to tennis, CU will be hosting Stanford this weekend for the final home matches of the 2019 season. CU is number 6 in the Pac-12 with Stanford at first. The Buffs are coming off several losses, so the women will need all the support they can get. For women's lacrosse, CU will be playing against California on Sunday at 3 p.m. at Kitt Field. It's their last home game of the season and attendance is free as always. Plus, if you wear CU gear, you'll get 50% off at the team store. Tune into Pac-12 networks if you can't make it to the game. Lastly, it's not quite the Masters, but it is a cool tradition. The CU men's team will be playing next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. Who knows, maybe Jim Nance will be there too. And that's all I have for you this week. I'm Jess Samvik, back to you.
For too long, so we're going to give you the answer to that trivia question.
Earlier in the show, we asked how many times the CU men's golf team has won a conference championship.
And the answer is 4. No, just kidding. The Buffs won 3 Big 8 conference championships. The star-studded 1968 team was the last to do so. Is it really over already?
It really went by fast, and I had a great time hosting my first time.
That's awesome. Any plans this weekend at all then, Colin?
You know, I think I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road.
We get it. Make sure you catch Colin on the next remix of this song. I'm Taylor Sadesky.
And I'm Colin Brown Bailey. And we'll catch you guys next week. See ya.
See ya.